Well, good morning, you guys. Happy Fun Fact Friday, where I answer some of your most frequently asked questions about things that I use in my kitchen and around my house. And this morning, this Friday, I want to bring you a book that I read last weekend. It is incredible, and for anybody out there who is interested in building a pantry and you don't know where to start, and you're watching all the videos and you're listening to everybody, but you really want something in your hands that you can read, and somebody that actually explain everything from beginning to end. Oh, I found the book for you. It is called The Preppers Pantry. Now, this is not a new book, and many of you might already own this book. Let me know if you do down below in the comment section. But I came across this book randomly online on Amazon. I was actually shopping for homeschool supplies, and I was looking up books. I can speak today, this morning. It's early. I was looking for books, and this just randomly popped up, and of course I had to click on it, and it sounded very interesting. The book is not very expensive. I think I paid $11 for it, but on Amazon, you know how prices fluctuate depending on who's selling it, and at what time, prices can go up, they can go down. So I'll leave a link to this book down below. I'm not sure how much it is now, if it'll be a little more expensive or a little less expensive, but I paid, I believe, $11 and some change for this book. And I live out in the country where everything I do is on my cell tower, and because of the holiday weekend, my cell phone was completely useless for about 5 days. So I picked up some books and I did some reading, and this was one of the books that I read, and it is fantastic. Like I said, if you're interested in building a pantry, this is the book for you. It's called Preppers Pantry, Building a Nutritious Stockpile to Survive Blizzards, Blackouts, Hurricanes, Pandemics, Economic Collapse, and Any Other Disaster. It's by Daisy Luther. She does include 35 meal plan recipes, and she includes shopping lists. So if you've never meal planned before, which is something that I also do, and I know some of you wanted to see meal plan videos come back, I meal plan and I shop my pantry. That's how I do it. She goes in to detail about different types of pantries. There are 3 different types of pantries. The bunker pantry, which is your long-term storage pantry. That's the pantry that you would be using a lot of Mylar bags, packing away for 10 years and not touching that stockpile of food. There's also the agrarian pantry, or the grandmother's pantry. That's a pantry that I personally use. It's stockpiled with a year's worth of food that you rotate through on a constant daily basis, and you just keep replenishing it. That is the pantry that works best for me and my family. I did try a bunker pantry when I first started prepping, and I found that just a lot of things just went to waste. We didn't eat a lot of the things, and it just didn't flow. It just didn't work for me. So a working, rotating pantry with a nice supply of food is what works for me. So that is the pantry that I do. And when I first started, I did the Bargain Hunters Pantry, and that's basically kind of what you see on TV. I think TLC has, like the extreme couponers, those types of things, a pantry that looks like that. But she goes into all of those types of pantries here. She even goes through, like, if you just moved and you have a completely bare pantry with nothing in it, how to build from there. It's fantastic. In the back of this book, she talks about how do you address people who call you like a paranoid prepper, or a hoarder of food, or a panicker, somebody who's a pessimist, somebody who's living in fear. And she explains how to address those I don't want to call those attacks, but they kind of are attacks. How to address those people who make comments like that, and how a well-stocked pantry it's really an insurance policy for you and your family, right? It is something that you don't have to get into a breadline for. If something were to happen, if you were to lose power for 2 weeks, if you had 3 days worth of food, you would need help. But if you had a well-stocked pantry, you and your family could sit back and ride it out for the 2 weeks and, you know, and not miss a beat. So, for me personally, and I've talked about this many times on my channel, a well-stocked pantry has been such a comfort for me. It has lessened my anxiety greatly. I don't have to worry about feeding my family. And she also talks about this in the book, but you extend out your pantry. So it's more than just food. It is, you know, your supplies for like Kleenex and bathroom tissue. We saw a run on toilet paper, right, during this past pandemic. Cleaning products, soaps, Band-Aids, bandages, peroxide. I mean, and it goes into your bathroom. Having a well-stocked pantry and an extended pantry that features all those extras, being well-stocked on all that and having a really good rotation system is key for me, at least, to being, you know, secure and safe. And it's just, I don't even know how I lived before I had a well-stocked pantry. So if anybody out there is really, especially now, in the times that we're in now, really wants to build a well-stocked pantry, this is your book. Like, I'm glad that I have this in my arsenal. Yes, most of the things that are in this book I already knew, but it didn't matter. I loved reading it in black and white. It brought me, it was like, yes, girl, you're doing it and you're doing it well. You are on the right path. This book was such a comfort in reading, and I'm so glad I own it, and I can't recommend it more highly to you guys to pick it up, give it a good read. Let me know what you think when you do read it. But this is an amazing book. So if you're new to canning, they address canning in here. They address dehydrating in here, long-term food storage, how to do it. She talks about food grade buckets and all of the things, meal planning, grocery lists, how to use the food that you have put by, with recipes. It's amazing. I love it. She does a lot of leftover makeovers in here too, which you guys know I'm a big fan of. So, you know, that's extending out that food, using up the leftovers, being creative and turning it into a completely different dish the next night, so no food is wasted. Building a pantry with food that you actually eat and enjoy. This is your book, you guys. I love it, and I'm so grateful to have it now in my collection. So I'm going to leave the link to this down below. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below. I will try my very best to answer them. But this is a phenomenal book, a great resource to have, whether you're new to prepping or deep into prepping. This book will help you out. It'll give you a lot of good new ideas. So I hope that was helpful. Happy Friday. Enjoy the weekend, you guys. It's going to be a hot one. Plan to spend it in the pool with my kiddos. So you all take care, and I will be seeing you soon. All right. Bye, guys.